Welcome to the doctoral hooding ceremony at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I am Wojtek Chodzko-Zajko, Vice Provost for Graduate Education and Dean of the Graduate College. As a land-grant institution, the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign has a responsibility to acknowledge the historical context in which it exists. In order to remind ourselves and our community, we will begin this event with the following statement. We are currently on the lands of the Peoria, Kaskaskia, Piankashaw, Wea, Miami, Mascoutin, Ottawa, Sauk, Meskwaki, Kickapoo, Potawatomi, Ojibwe, and Chickasaw nations. It is necessary for us to acknowledge these Native nations and for us to work with them as we move forward as an institution with Native people at the core of our efforts. Today, we gather to celebrate our doctoral graduates and their truly impressive accomplishments. Will our doctoral candidates please rise? We thank you. We thank you for choosing Illinois to pursue your aspirations and for making Illinois part of your journey. Let's give them another round of applause. It says, please be seated. Don't get up, just stay seated. We also welcome and thank the family, friends, mentors, and colleagues of these graduates who have joined us today either in person or via the live stream of this event. You have been part of the broad network of support that is so important throughout a graduate's academic progress. Let's please give a round of applause to thank everyone who has been part of this journey. I would like to introduce members of the platform party today who will stand as their names are called. Please hold your applause until they have all been introduced. Robert Jones, Chancellor. John Coleman, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Susan Martinez, Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation. Danita Brown Young, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Antoinette Burton, Director of the Humanities Research Institute. Zeynep Madak Erdogan, Associate Dean in the Graduate College and Professor in Food Science and Human Nutrition. Herman Bolero, Dean of the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. Cheryl Hanley Maxwell, Dean of the College of Applied Health Sciences. Mark Peacher, Executive Associate Dean of Faculty in the Gies College of Business. Kristala Musa, Dean of the College of Education. Rashid Bashir, Dean of the Grainger College of Engineering. Ollie Watts Davis, Associate Dean for Academic Programs in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Emily Knox, Interim Dean Designate of the School of Information Sciences. Amit Kramer, Associate Dean for Online Graduate Education in the School of Labor and Employment Relations. Vanitria Patton, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Claire Stewart, Dean of Libraries and University Librarian. Christine Ross Carpenter, Interim Associate Dean for Academic Affairs in the Carle, Illinois College of Medicine. Ben Lowe, Dean of the School of Social Work Peter Constable, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine. Thank you for your leadership and dedication to our graduate students. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Robert Jones, Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
Let me start by saying good afternoon, and also by saying congratulations on the completion of your doctoral studies. What an immense occasion for an enormous achievement. Today, you are recognized as one of the most foremost experts in your field, having earned a doctoral degree from one of the most rigorous universities on this planet, and in my humble opinion, the singular best public university anywhere in the world. Therefore, you must certainly deserve a very, very enthusiastic round of applause. So let's hear it for these new doctoral candidates. Congratulations. Now, after all of that work over the past several years, you can breathe. For a moment, at least. Because in the moments after this one, you will walk out of these doors into an uncertain world with a tremendous responsibility on your shoulders. Now, don't get me wrong. It is truly a wonderful world in which we live, but it's also certainly an imperfect one. It is flawed with everything from climate change to hunger to poverty to war, discrimination, just pure hatred, and some of the deepest political and philosophical divides we have seen in our lifetime. Now our global society will look to you, the new leaders of your respective disciplines, to solve these problems. Well, nobody ran out of the room. I'm surprised. I said we are celebrating your enormous achievements, and perhaps you are starting to feel the enormity of it all. But I assure you, you'll do just great. In fact, you will do wonderful. And here's why. For one thing, you have earned a degree from Illinois. And I know the people on this platform too well to think that they would let you leave this campus without the knowledge, the skill, the resources to succeed in your career and in life. Earning a doctoral degree requires that you learn how to be a scholar, to think critically, and to question everything. It demands that you immerse yourself in completing and finishing your disciplinary studies. It blurs the line between work and life, and it usually requires you to become accustomed to getting things wrong the first time. But simply, it's hard, it's difficult. And you got through it. Not only did you get through it, you grew as scholars and as a person. You thrived. And while I encourage you to do everything you can to carve out a special place for yourself, I am also reminded that you are not in this alone. As all of us on this platform can attest to, you don't make it through a doctoral program without a lot of support from those around you all along the way. Fellow students, colleagues, mentors, family, friends, many of whom are here experiencing this moment alongside of you. You are members of a compelling Illinois community. And maybe never before in our history has this kind of collaboration been so critical during our intellectual expedition to solve the world's greatest challenges. There's one more thing I'd like to leave with you. It's maybe the most consequential thing that I can say to you that I hope you take away from this university during your time here at Illinois. In fact, I don't know a single person who has left this university without taking at least a bit of it with them. And that is empathy, kindness, generosity, compassion. Because you earn your doctorate at Illinois requires that you engage your work with genuine care for the world and the people around us. You are all here because you care about something. You care so intensely that you devoted a significant portion of your life to it. Now you have the incredible privilege of pursuing your passion and purpose. Never, ever take that for granted. And never take for granted the people who will support you and will guide you in that journey. Yes, it will be an enormous responsibility, but that's what makes it worthwhile. One last note. I've spoken at this ceremony multiple times over my almost 9 years at this university. Invariably, I am filled with great pride and a renewed sense of purpose as we congratulate this new cohort of graduates. Those same emotions are present in me today, but they're also mixed with gratitude and a bittersweet joy, knowing that this will be my final commencement as the Chancellor of the University of Illinois. It has been my honor of my life over the last 9 years to witness the brilliance of our faculty, the dedication of our staff, and the transformative experience of students like you. I feel greatly privileged to have been a part of this community that doesn't just dream of a better world, but work tirelessly to create it. As you and I both prepare for the next part of our journey, I know we all will take a piece of this university with us and share that forever. I hope, like me, you'll always feel at home as a part of the Illinois community. So thank you for indulging me. Thank you for listening. And congratulations again to all of our doctoral graduates. Your achievements are certainly inspiring. I am so grateful for all that you have done and all that you will do in the months and the years and the decades ahead. Thank you very much.
Chancellor Jones, on behalf of everyone gathered here today, we would like to thank you for all that you have done for our university. Over the past 9 years, we have watched with admiration as you've led this university with vision, determination, and unwavering purpose. You have guided Illinois through a period of remarkable growth and transformation. Under your leadership, enrollment has reached record highs. Philanthropy has broken records, and landmark achievements like Illinois Commitment and the Carle Illinois College of Medicine have taken root, redefining what it means to be a land-grant university in the 21st century. Your leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic was nothing short of extraordinary. In a moment of profound uncertainty, you showed us what it means for a university to rise to meet the needs of the public. The innovative testing system developed on this campus under your watch not only protected our community, it became a national model and saved lives. That legacy will endure. But beyond the numbers and the milestones, what has always stood out to so many of us is your deep commitment to equity and inclusion. As the first African American chancellor of this university, you brought a powerful sense of mission to this role. You opened doors, expanded opportunity, and made this institution stronger, more just, and more reflective of the world we serve. You have also ensured that Illinois stands squarely at the leading edge of discovery, with initiatives like the Chicago Quantum Exchange and the Chan Zuckerberg BioHub. You have helped ensure that Illinois is not just participating in the future, we are defining it. Robert, you have led with humility, humanity, and a relentless belief in the power of higher education to do good in the world. Speaking personally, I would like to thank you for your leadership, your example, and your steady hand through times both challenging and inspiring. We are all better for your leadership, and we are truly grateful for everything you have done for this university and for all of us. We wish you the very best for the future. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce Dr. John Coleman, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs.
Well, thank you, graduates. Congratulations on truly what will be, in your memories and in your life, one of the most significant milestones of your academic career. Earning a doctoral degree is a tremendous academic accomplishment, and today is truly a day for you to celebrate, for you and for all of your supporters who are here and online. To put it simply, and Chancellor Jones noted this, it is hard to earn a doctoral degree at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I congratulate you on your academic excellence, and I admire you for the personal commitment and perseverance it has taken to reach this important milestone. Your perseverance over the years brings us today to this moment in this place. Today, you have made it through the life cycle of being a graduate student, and this may be informative for the supporters in the audience who have not had that journey themselves, but they watched you go through it. You remember back to the excitement and anticipation you experienced when you first decided what you wanted to study and where to attend, perhaps first for your master's and then for your doctorate. Then, when you first arrived on campus here or entered your program, you may have been asking yourself, am I ready? Will I be able to keep up? There were likely highs and lows throughout, moments of confidence, knowing you were up for the challenge, and possibly moments of discounting your accomplishments and capabilities, perhaps worrying that someone, or everyone, would discover that you might not have the needed knowledge or skills. Some of these worries you may have shared with your supporters in the room, but many of those worries would have been just yours alone to contend with. It's not easy. You found a way to fight through the worries, and you reached the final phase of your work as a doctoral student. Perhaps you were spurred on by an inspired moment when everything seemed to fall into place. Perhaps the advice and support of family, friends, mentors, and fellow students did the trick, and you knew you were doing good, important work that you were proud of and that you knew would make a difference. That final phase brings you here. After years of study, you are, at this moment, among the world's premier leading experts on the challenges and questions that drove your research and your creative work. You are earning a doctorate from one of the leading research institutions in the world, a place where internationally renowned experts drive exploration, discovery, and innovation. You've learned from the best. Receiving your degree here means that your ideas meet the highest standards of intellectual excellence, that your contributions have survived the most profound scrutiny, and that you are prepared to lead the next generation of inquiry and invention. Illinois is more than just a leading research institution. It is a land-grant institution, and that means all of us have a special responsibility, a responsibility to improve the lives of individuals, families, and communities. It is an important responsibility. As doctoral recipients, you are among the small percentage of people who hold that degree. Your degree gives you a power and an influence in our world. And, as the documentary Spider-Man teaches us, with great power comes, indeed. I have no doubt that the graduates in this room will live out that responsibility in ways that we cannot even imagine, contributing to the betterment of the people around them. We are impressed by what you have contributed to this university and what you have to offer the world. Recently, while browsing an Illinois webpage that features a compilation of very impressive companies founded by people who were or are part of the University of Illinois community, these would be companies such as PayPal and YouTube and many others you would recognize, I made a discovery with a personal connection for me, a company that my father worked for during the last 20 years of his career, which is called Digital Equipment Corporation. That company had a founder connected to this university. For me, that was a pretty cool discovery, and I'm sure my dad would have gotten a kick out of his son being part of the university that helped create the place where he so enjoyed working. The extensive list of companies founded by Illini is truly remarkable. And perhaps there are others here in the audience today who might find similar personal connections to the firms that are listed on that webpage, which is entrepreneurship.illinois.edu if you want to look it up. The bottom line is that Illinois alumni make their mark on the world in many ways. And now it's time for you to make your contribution in whatever way that might be. Graduates, we are confident that your accomplishments will be remarkable and they will be significant. And we are proud and grateful that you, as creative, innovative, and talented individuals, will forever remain connected to this esteemed university. I want to thank you for your intellectual curiosity and ambition. I thank you for being an integral part of the educational experiences of our undergraduate students and your fellow graduate students. And I thank you for the honor and distinction you bring to the University of Illinois as we now count you among our alumni. As I conclude, let me say congratulations again on your reaching this milestone in your academic and life journey. I wish you the very, very best in what lies ahead for each and every one of you. Congratulations, class of 2025, ILL.
I'm very happy to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Antoinette Burton. Dr. Antoinette Burton is the director of the Humanities Research Institute, Professor of History, and the Swanlin Endowed Chair. In the 2.5 decades since she joined the faculty at the university, Dr. Burton has made an indelible impact as a teacher, scholar, mentor, chair, and institute director. In addition to her contributions to historical scholarship, Dr. Burton is an institutional champion for humanistic inquiry, engagement, and education as the director of the Humanities Research Institute. Indeed, it was under her leadership that the HRI became one of the 10 institutes on our campus. She works to promote and engage the public via the humanities. And just this spring, her efforts were recognized by the Campus Award for Faculty Excellence in Public Engagement. Dr. Burton was elected as a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences this year in 2025. A strong advocate for graduate students and graduate education, Dr. Burton serves as the principal investigator of the Odyssey Project and of Humanities Without Walls, both funded by the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. The Odyssey Project engages the community in humanities education through offering humanities courses to low-income adults to support their goals for continuing their education and intellectual development. Humanities Without Walls is a collaboration between 16 institutions and emphasizes opportunities for collaboration and professional growth for both students and faculty. This project included an innovative and highly successful summer career diversity workshop, bringing together graduate students in the humanities for an intensive in-person experience to help them reflect, explore, and prepare for careers in a wide range of settings. Over its 10-year history, Humanities Without Walls Consortium developed a core methodology of reciprocity and redistribution, serving as a model for the ethical community engagement in the humanities. Please join me in welcoming our speaker, Dr. Burton.
Good evening. One of the most common questions you'll hear on campus as graduation approaches is, are you walking? Which means, will you be participating in the formal commencement, ordering the academic gown, attending the ceremony, and most importantly, walking across the stage to shake the dean's hand and receive your diploma? It's an age-old custom, as the academic regalia itself suggests. The cap, the gown, and hood, these are all derived from medieval ceremonies which have found their way to the United States through Oxford and Cambridge, where these traditions are deeply rooted in university life. During this commencement season, this weird costuming gets lots of attention, and you can definitely go down rabbit holes reading up on the origins of the gowns, which some evidence shows started out as long ago and far away as the 9th century in a university in Morocco, North Africa. But let's think again about the walking you're about to do today. Because, like all of your friends and family who've gathered to celebrate you, I'm so happy that you've chosen to come here in person and attend, and to make your way to this stage to complete the journey that you started. That journey is a major event in your life, as we've heard, but also in the life of your loved ones. Why is that? It's the culmination of all your work and all that your supporters have done to help you through it during the time you've been training in your field of specialty. Every step represents hours and days and years of labor, sacrifice, challenges, maybe even doubt that you could stay the course and make this final turn across the stage. How can walking take on such exalted meaning? It's so ordinary. I bet you're thinking the only time you think about the significance of walking is when you're trying to get your 10,000 steps in every day. But here today, for you and those who are here to cheer you on, making your way across this stage is symbolic of your personal achievement. It's also a symbol of your relationship to a wider community of scholars, biologists, historians, literary critics, computer scientists, anthropologists, creatives, and artists, all of whom experience many of the same struggles on that pathway to this stage today. As each of you heads toward that diploma, you ask us to witness the breadth and depth of the public research university, which makes its impact on the world one doctoral degree at a time. That is huge. Of course, many cultures have their own walking rituals. Religious people take up pilgrimages through walking. There's the Camino de Compostela in Spain, which can take 6 days. And of course, the Hajj, the annual pilgrimage dating back to the time of the Prophet Muhammad, which involves both caravanning and walking and occupies a special place on the Muslim calendar. As with each of these rituals, what brings you to your journey across the stage requires a combination of faith and fortitude, those critical possessions that you and all those in your circle of family and friends will recognize as key to your own personal path to the doctorate. Today, we're at the final stage of that pathway. It's somewhat akin to what the Cree call a walking out ceremony, which is how that tribal community welcomes a child into Cree society. It's a way to honor them as they discover their gifts in life and move toward their destinies. Because in the end, whether it's called a pilgrimage or a walking out ceremony, all of these communities understand traveling from one place to another as an act of transformation. You are not the same person you were when you first got here. I want to stop and acknowledge that not everyone here today may literally walk, and that even those for whom walking is possible, it might pose a physical difficulty. And yet, whether literally walking or getting there by some other means, it's the act of movement, of forward motion, which marks that transformation from who you were when you arrived at Illinois and who you are now. It's a rite of passage which transforms you from a doctoral candidate to a PhD or higher degree holder for life. Of course, you're heading towards something, but we should take a moment to reflect on where you're coming from. Many of you have traveled a long way to Illinois to earn your doctorate, north, south, east, west, either miles from here or just up the road. Many of you mark this day in the journey across generations, if you are the first in your family to be awarded a higher degree. And undoubtedly have all gone through life-changing events during the years you have put into the research, thinking, and writing which have brought you to this place. Ultimately, your walk across this stage is a walk toward a new you, one that your family and friends are poised on the edges of their seats to see. Like those other cultural rituals, there is something sacred about it, because your degree has propelled you through your own efforts, if not with your own 2 feet, and through the loving supportive arms of others towards something that few people in this world are lucky enough to claim. And I will leave you with this thought. As you make your way across this stage, you are headed towards something very special. You are headed toward a vocation, your calling into the world. You are being propelled by your accomplishments, but you are also being hailed, invited, called forth by all of us on this stage and in this room to manifest in the world what you've been trained to do. So savor every step, every moment of that last ritual pathway, and know that we, the beloved community of Illinois, stand in humble and joyful witness to all that you have accomplished on your journey toward this stage. And when you leave it, we will all call you Doctor. Thank you.
Today, we have the distinct privilege of celebrating our graduate students who have earned the highest degree, the doctorate. The hallmark of a doctoral degree is the journey from learner to scholar. It is a journey that requires acquiring knowledge, but more than that, it's a journey of learning how to be bold thinkers, to create and discover new knowledge, and to develop new ways of understanding complex ideas and phenomena. Successfully completing a doctorate is an indicator of perseverance and determination. The graduates we recognize here today have experienced both professional and personal challenges during the course of their studies. Yet despite these challenges, they have remained steadfast in their goals and accomplishments. I think I'm going down a rabbit hole, according to Dr. Burton, but the ceremony we enact today is a tradition that dates all the way back to the very beginning of universities in the Middle Ages. The bestowing of the hood signifies the transition from candidate to colleague. Today, you join generations of Illinois alumni who are leaders and innovators impacting the lives of people around the world. As a graduate of this great public land-grant university, I am confident that each and every one of you will use your knowledge and expertise to shape our future and our society in profound and meaningful ways. I urge you to use your skills and talents to be bold and judicious in all of your future endeavors. The success of these scholars would not be possible without the guidance and dedication of our faculty. On behalf of our graduates and my colleagues, I want to thank the faculty for all that you have done to support our students. Can we please have a round of applause for our graduate faculty? It is now my honor to present our graduates. When I call your name, please approach the hooding area with your mentor. If you have not designated a person to hood you, Associate Dean Zeynep Madak Erdogan will hood you. After you have received your hood, continue across the stage to be congratulated by Chancellor Jones, Provost Coleman, and the Dean of your college. You may then return to your seat and be seated. Members of the audience, please kindly hold your applause until all of the graduates have crossed the stage. We have 362 graduates. If you applaud after each one, we will be here till midnight. So please hold your applause. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. I invite Dean Herman Bolero to come forward. Ivan Flores, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Applied Economics, hooded by Jared Hutchins and Bruce Sherrick. Farzana Shirin, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Applied Economics, hooded by Jared Hutchins. Hold the applause, please. Gautami Venkateswaran, Doctor of Philosophy in Agriculture and Applied Economics, hooded by Jared Hutchins. Pavani Sachdeva, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Applied Economics, hooded by Amy Ando. Frederick Nyanzu, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Applied Economics, hooded by Amy Ando. Kaylee Wells, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Applied Economics, hooded by Amy Ando. Malia Berg, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Matthew Dean. Minoy Augusto Cristobal Romero, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Hans Stein and Carl Parsons. Gangunit Duwongkamjan, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by David Miller. Vanessa Michelle de la Guardia Hidrogo, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Kelly Swanson. Elizabeth Louise Geary, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Kelly Swanson. Sarah Elizabeth Martini, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Kelly Swanson. Meredith Ann Smola, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Kelly Swanson. Sophia Wilson, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Kelly Swanson. Caitlin Summer, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Ryan Dilger. Yoni Kajawari, Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Sciences, hooded by Nicholas Sater. Sarah Lips, Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Sciences, hooded by Tiffany Jarman. Alexander Craig Mullins, Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Sciences, hooded by Tiffany Jarman. Nictor Latunya Namoy, Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Sciences, hooded by Do Kwang Lee. Tian Li Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Yi Cheng Wang. Yu Ting Fan, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Marcia Siegel. Zifan Shi, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Michael Miller. Guanying Biang Kushu, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Hong Cheng. Weng Ji Yang, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Keith Cadwallader. Naomi Sarah Duran, Doctor of Philosophy in Human Development and Family Studies, hooded by Christy Yaris. Matthew Rives Kale, Doctor of Philosophy in Human Development and Family Studies, hooded by Brian Ogolski. North Joffe Nelson, Doctor of Philosophy in Natural Resources and Environmental Sciences, hooded by Karina Van Ripper. Jikui Jin, Doctor of Philosophy in Natural Resources and Environmental Sciences, hooded by Kai-Yu Guan. David Anthony Alvarado, Doctor of Philosophy in Nutritional Sciences, hooded by Hannah Holscher. Alex Baldion, Doctor of Philosophy in Nutritional Sciences, hooded by Manuel Baldion and Hannah Holscher. Hanchu Dai, Doctor of Philosophy in Nutritional Sciences, hooded by Rex Gaskins. Max Dates, Doctor of Philosophy in Nutritional Sciences, hooded by Nicholas Bird. Tori Ann Holthouse, Doctor of Philosophy in Nutritional Sciences, hooded by Neyman Khan. Ashley Oliveira, Doctor of Philosophy in Nutritional Sciences, hooded by Manubu Nakamura. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Applied Health Sciences. I invite Dean Cheryl Hanley Maxwell to come forward. Yadira Alonso Espinoza, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Fatima Hussein. Kaylee Ann Graves, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Danielle Yano. Erin Heniff, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Justin Aronoff. Jenna Kuder, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Brian Monson. Ashley Norviel, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Ian Mertz. Madison Ann Oakes, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Ian Mertes. Rachel Lynn Lawrence, Doctor of Audiology and in Audiology, hooded by Pasquale Botalico. Yoon Ji Sim, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Pasquale Botaico. Sylvia Mujar, Doctor of Philosophy in Speech and Hearing Science, hooded by Pasquale Botalico. Charles Noodleman, Doctor of Philosophy in Speech and Hearing Science, hooded by Pasquale Botalico. Emily Harrington, Doctor of Philosophy in Speech and Hearing Science, hooded by Pamela Hadley. Byron Juma, Doctor of Philosophy in Recreation, Sport and Tourism, hooded by Jules Wolfe. Latasha Kay, Doctor of Philosophy in Recreation, Sport and Tourism, hooded by Yannick Kluk. Jonathan Oliveira, Doctor of Philosophy in Recreation, Sport and Tourism, hooded by Makihiro Seto. Anna Laura Seltzer Ninomiya, Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology, hooded by Danielle Tabak. Stephanie Voss, Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology, hooded by Nia Gote. We will now recognize candidates from the Gies College of Business. I invite Associate Dean Mark Peacher to come forward. Belinda Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Finance, hooded by Louis Chan. Li Hong Lei, Doctor of Philosophy in Finance, hooded by Louis Chan. Justin Joseph Moore, Doctor of Philosophy in Finance, hooded by Joseph Moore. Tipika Chular, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, hooded by Jeffrey Love. Ruchun Liu, Doctor of Philosophy and Business Administration, hooded by Arik Rindfleisch. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Education. I invite Dean Kristalla Musa to come forward. Justin Adaway, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Rachel Rogman. Annette Donnelly, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Samantha Lindgren. Justin Jamar Rose, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Denise Ward Hood and Ann Dyson. Alejandro Gomez, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Denise Hood. Christopher P.V. Harry, Doctor of Education in Education Policy and Organizational Leadership, hooded by Denise Ward Hood. Gregory Edwin French, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Denise Ward Hood. Ariana Agramonte Holterman, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Denise Hood. Courtney Elaine Brewster, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Sharon Lee and Stephanie Milner. Sarah Rose Brock, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Sharon Lee. Bethany Corey, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Keely Sue Schmid, Doctor of Education in Education Policy and Organization Leadership, hooded by Mary Herman. Emily Elliott Meisel, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Hyun Suk Khan. Kelly Fishman, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Christine Fishman and Curtis Mason. Myrna Mendoza, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Curtis Mason. Anthony Marino, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Yun Park. Sonia Eifelin, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Yun Park. Marissa Anais Tercy, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Yun Park. Catherine Moore, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Mary Kalansis. Kathleen Moran, Doctor of Education in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Allison Witt. Dante Raymond Studemeyer, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy and Organization Leadership, hooded by Theopolis Moten. Matthew M. Bridges, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by John Hale. Angela Carpenter Jacobs, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Rebecca Heinz Pfeiffer and Jennifer Delaney. Shutsing Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Liv Davila. Ayinda Kaylin Rochon, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Christopher Spann. Nathan Tanner, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Christopher Spann. Rana Suwan, Doctor of Philosophy in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Jamal Suwan. Aaron Fritz Budesheim, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, hooded by Chris Napolitano. Gabrielle Drong, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, hooded by Chris Napolitano. Amos Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, hooded by Michelle Perry. Destiny Wilmies Dobiz, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, hooded by Michelle Perry. Hamid Maktouf, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, hooded by Helen Neville. Shi Yu Sun, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, hooded by Nidia Rudas Gracia. Nezreen Machaka, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, hooded by Mehedin Mujaka. We will now recognize graduates from the Grainger College of Engineering. I invite Dean Rashid Bashir to come forward. Yongzhou Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Radhika Mittal. Noel Brindis, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Brian Woodard. Daniel Luis Engel, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Zachary Putnam. Tiger Ho, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Zachary Putnam. Sagur Keitun Vias, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Philippe Gobel. Davonji Fonseca, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Philippe Gobel and John Lambros. Samuel Fayyad, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by John Lambros. Colin Foster, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Francesco Panerai. Matthew Connick, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Francesco Panerai. Matthew Gregor Lauer, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Philip Ansell. Yogi Patel, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Philip Ansell. Oliver Mosiko, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Sandeep Ravikumar Murthy, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Danielle Badoni. Nicholas Rasmont, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Laura Vifane Roca and Joshua Rovi. Hui Dang Tran, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Hak Beng Chu. Guy Roger Abi, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Salah Issa. Mian Mohammed Sajid Raza, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Salah Issa. Wadud Ahmed, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Mohammed Kamruzaman. Dong Hoon Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Mohammed Kamruzaman. Bo Barber, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Salah Issa. Tiago da Cruz Costa, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Lance Scheidemann. Manas Khan, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Tin Xuan Wen, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Luis Rodriguez. Hannah Roseanne Canova Kimmel, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Gregory Underhill. Zhongwang Lim, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Rashid Bashir. Let me take a drink. Jana Park, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Stephen Bopart. Ling Xiao Yang, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Stephen Bopart. Shraddha Shirgupai, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Pablo Perez Pinera. Igor Vladimir Dubinsky, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear, Plasma, and Radiological Engineering, hooded by Rizwan Uddin. Fazlul Haki, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear, Plasma, and Radiological Engineering, hooded by David Corelli. Zachary Jekyll, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear, Plasma, and Radiological Engineering, hooded by David Ruzik. Jeremy Metler, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear, Plasma, and Radiological Engineering, hooded by David Ruzik. Yifei Jin, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear, Plasma, and Radiological Engineering, hooded by Lingjian Meng. Unshu Abhinav, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Tuche Basser. Anjuman Chandra Barua, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Anne Seichertz. Chi Ying Cheng, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Marcelo Garcia. Jesus Fuenmayor Osario, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Louis Lee. Rini Jasmine Gladstone, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Hadi Meidani. Li Shen He, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Armando Duarte and Albert Valocci. Zara Haidari, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Ashlyn Stillwell. Jenny Nugent, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Ashlyn Stillwell. Adam Paul Seibel, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Ashlyn Stillwell. Amir Kazemi, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Jeremy Guest. Oma Balaji Lowell, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Billy Spencer, Jr. Jae-ik Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by J. Riley Edwards. Xing Chang Kathy Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Lei Zhao. Yi-Ning Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Louis Lee. Jordan Welliet, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Jeffrey Rossler and Kelly Findley. Adita Pandey, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Paolo Gardoni. Yung Chi Yu, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Paolo Gardoni. Paul Garuzzi, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Paolo Gardoni. Vandawisini Prasad, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Raphael Tinoco. Ho Jong Yu, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Raphael Tinoco. Li Fei Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Alexandra Tartakovsky. Bolton Bailey, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Andrew Miller. Yung-Shi Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Andrew Miller. Ayush Bansal, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Liu Shah. Leah Butler, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jeffrey Herman. Morgan Fong, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jeffrey Herman. Sophia Shi Young, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Abdul Salam Alawini and Jeffrey Herman. Supawit Choki Chawat, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Youngju Park. Chinni Imika, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Craig Ziles. David Smith, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Craig Ziles. Dong Chi Fu, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jing Rui He. Jun Wu, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jing Rui He. Su Yu Ge, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Hao Peng. Vipul Harsh, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Philip Brighton Godfrey. Xuajing Huang, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jiawei Hang. Yu Meng, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jiawei Han. Jing Feng Shou, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jiawei Han. Man Ling Li, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Heng Ji. Qing Yung Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Heng Ji. Chen Kei Sun, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Heng Chi. Kung Xiang Huang, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Heng Chi. Shibang Kulkarni, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Karthikeyan Chandrasekhan. Kathleen Therese Eisnagar, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Colleen Lewis and Yale Gartner. Mariam Safa Perez, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Colleen Lewis and Paul Bruno. Jacob Scott Laurel, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Sasha Misailovich. Hannah Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Nancy Amado. Bachia Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Tandy Warner. Jaron Maurice Mink, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Gang Wang. Margie Ruffin, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Gang Wang and Kirill Levchenko. Tzu Bin Yan, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Kirill Levchenko. Aditya Murali, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Madhusan Parthasarathi. Sorry about that. Angelo Martin Astorga, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Madhusudan Parthasarathi and Darko Marinov. Zhu Dong Sung, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Darko Marinov. Wing Lam, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Darko Marinov. Aniket Murhakar, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jugal Garg. Brandon Theodoro, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jimeng Sung. Jifeng Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jimeng Sung. Li Hui Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Hang Hang Tong. Yu Chen Yang, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Hang Hang Tong. Jeffrey Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by David Forsyth. Xiaoming Zhao, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by David Forsyth. Neil Zhao, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Joseph Torreas. David Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Timothy Chan. Ahmed Abdul Rahman, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Pavan Kamar Hanumolu. Sasha Seneca Yamada Kane, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Jennifer Bernhardt. Judita Kunduru, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Jennifer Bernhardt. Shua Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Jennifer Bernhardt. David Mitchell, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Jennifer Bernhardt. Jenna Carrillo, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Michael Olsey. Bing Hugh Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Pei Shen Chang, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Catherine Driggs Campbell. Amir Hassan, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Catherine Driggs Campbell. Ju Huang, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Catherine Driggs Campbell. Tianchen Chi, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Katie Driggs Campbell. Xu Jing Yu, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Catherine Driggs Campbell. Yu Che Chu, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by John Bayram. Zuoran Han, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by John Bayram. Jaekwon Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by John Bayram. Amer Gonami, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Bo Ya Ho, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Subhanamesh Bose. Pin Chiao Hong, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Joseph Leiding. Han Fei Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Joseph Leiding. Berk Iskander, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Yoram Bressler. Jungji Khan, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Dariush Kari, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Robert Bruce Kaufman, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by John Delasassi. Kevin Picoul, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by John Delasassi. Bon Hyun Koo, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Arijit Banerjee. Eli Libos, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Arijit Banerjee. Han Woo Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Yu Hong Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Deming Chen. Han Chun Ye, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by De Ming Cheng. Brian Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Min Jun Larry Lee. Ji Ong Huai Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Raluca Aili. Saurabh Madini, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Akshaya Magash, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Venugopal Viravali. Kevan Amir Mazuji, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Ilan Shomorani. Vaishal Rana, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Ilan Shoramoni. Christina Miller, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Sayan Mitra. Jun Ray Ni, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Mark Hagasawa Johnson. Jiongming Brian Park, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Wen Mei Hu. Kun Wu, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Wen Mei Hu. Charles Ross, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Sayuwon Roy, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Naresh Shambag. Viraj Jaiminkumar Shah, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Svetlana Lazebnik. Jai Rui Sun, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Girish Chowdhury. Justin Wasserman, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Girish Chowdhury. Ugur Arkchal, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Girish Chowdhury. Mateus Valverde Gasparino, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Girish Chowdhury. Anwesha Chowdhury, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Girish Chowdhury. Jamila Serena Taki, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Farzad Kamal Badi and Athol Kembal. Chen Chao Shao, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Samuel Enrique Aguiar, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Ro Cusick. Arvind Babi, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Joaquin Rodriguez Lopez. Chang Huo Ye, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Na Wei. Sarang Sunil Bhagwat, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering in Civil Engineering, hooded by Jeremy Guest. Rimsha Bhatta, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Hua Wang. Alison Sue Brandvold, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Alexandra Hansen. Chen Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Paul Braun. Youngbom Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Paul Braun. Surav Das, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Pascal Bellon. Yu Jun Feng, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Narila Kambar, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Cecilia Liao. Po Cheng Kong, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Jessica Krogstad. Quinten Bradley Urich, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Jessica Krogstad. Sumyukta Shivrastav, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by John Abelson and Jessica Krogstad. Sun Wook Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by William King. Samuel Tsai, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Sama Tafik and Bill King. Agum Rajiv Shah, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Sameh Tofik. Chung Jong Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Sameh Tofik. Ki Jong Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Sameh Tofik. Alexandra Spitzer, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Shelby Hutchins. Ji-Yun Wong, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Daniel Shoemaker. Ali Reza Askarian, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Srinivasa Salapaka. Han Song Chang, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Prashant Mehta. Syed Ankan Haider, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Jinnu Jiong, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Jiheng Jing, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Gaurav Bal. Dariush Kevan Esfahani, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Ger Delerud and Bin Hu. Sivash Koda Karimi, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Hyun Chul Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Arend van der Zande. Lakshmi Amulya Nimigada, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Seong Yung Song, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Elizabeth Shao Wexler. Reed Dukes Smith, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Chiyuan Tao, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Neira Hovakimian. Jin Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Muhammad Arafat Zaman, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Sophie Wang. Ishrat Zarin, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Kai Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Lily Kai. Adam Michael Bauer, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Christian Prostesuko. Yu Ding, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Yuri Vlasov. Nicholas Kowalski, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Kititat Kronchon, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Lucas Wagner. Quan Seng Lin, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Barry Bradlin. Yin Chuan Lu, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Fahad Mahmoud. Aizel Murzabekova, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Fahad Mahmoud. Caroline Owen, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Nicholas Younes. Kristen Schumacher, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Nicholas Younes. Sainaga Manoj Paladugu, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Pritha Sarkar, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Nadia Mason. Surya Suresh Babu, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by James Eckstein. Fathi Omar Rajab, Doctor of Philosophy in Systems and Entrepreneurial Engineering, hooded by Jeff Sharma. Jung Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Systems and Entrepreneurial Engineering, hooded by Pingfeng Wang. Zhuxing Xu, Doctor of Philosophy in Systems and Entrepreneurial Engineering, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Are we halfway? What are they laughing at? Me? Okay. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Fine and Applied Arts. I invite Associate Dean Ollie Watts-Davis to come forward. Charles Bontrager, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Rudolf Haken. Christina Diane Ebersol van Soitz, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Elizabeth Freivogel. Shio Tsa, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Wafa Ben Krouada, Doctor of Philosophy in Regional Planning, hooded by Arnab Chakraborty. We will now recognize graduates from the School of Information Sciences. I welcome Dean Emily Knox to come forward. Alexandra Michaels, Doctor of Philosophy in Informatics, hooded by Xiaowen Wang. Si Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Sciences, hooded by Yun Huang. Xingxiu Zhong, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Sciences, hooded by Yung Wuang. Wen Jishang, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Sciences, hooded by Ted Underwood. Lan Yu Shang, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Sciences, hooded by Dong Wang. Kairi Jishwen Zhou, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Sciences, hooded by Madeline Sanfilippo and Rachel Adler. We will now recognize graduates from the School of Labor and Employment Relations. I invite Associate Dean Amit Kramer to come forward. Grisel Lopez Alvarez, Doctor of Philosophy in Human Resources and Industrial Relations, hooded by Teresa Cardador. Yunjin Su, Doctor of Philosophy in Human Relations and Industrial Relations, hooded by Amit Kramer. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. I invite Dean Venitria Patton to come forward. Alana Ackerman, Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology, hooded by Gilberto Rosas. Amy Carber, Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology, hooded by Laura Shackelford and Jenny Davis. Carolina Beari, Doctor of Philosophy in Atmospheric Sciences, hooded by Francina Dominguez. Melanie Ann Archiplay, Doctor of Philosophy in Astronomy, hooded by Joaquim Vieira. Kedar Fadkai, Doctor of Philosophy in Astronomy, hooded by Joaquim Vieira. Yu-Ching Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Astronomy, hooded by Joaquim Vieira. Hua Shun Fan, Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry, hooded by Kai Jiang. Menfang Yu, Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry, hooded by Beth Stadtmüller. Lisa Louise Serba Cunningham, Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, hooded by Ava Fisher. Timothy James Tan, Doctor of Philosophy in Biophysics and Quantitative Biology, hooded by Nicholas Wu. Madhura Duttagupta, Doctor of Philosophy in Cell and Developmental Biology, hooded by William Breyer. Howard Witherspoon, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, hooded by Uzuma Monye. Rui Hua Jeff Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, hooded by Paul Kennis. Lauren Harris, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Andrew Gaworth. Alexis Hone, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Andrew Gaworth. Jonathan Maturano, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Amanda Smith, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Zhuang Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Abigail Stocker, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, hooded by Jeffrey Stocker. Irina Valenzuela, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, hooded by Mareike Clemens. Rebecca Catherine Vanderweiler, Doctor of Philosophy in Geography, hooded by Xiaowen Wang. Zachary Hayder, Doctor of Philosophy in German, hooded by Laurie Johnson. William Michael Crane, Doctor of Philosophy in History, hooded by Antoinette Burton. David Joseph Altizio, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, hooded by Bruce Resnick. Molly Catherine Crowder, Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology, hooded by Stephen Blank. Nicholas Handy, Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology, hooded by Brenda Wilson. Joel Rivera Cardona, Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology, hooded by Christopher Brook. Anasuya Das Gupta, Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Integrative Physiology, hooded by Eric Nelson. Shelby Martel, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, hooded by Naiman Khan. Laura Rosock, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, hooded by Naiman Khan. Loretta Teresa Sutkus, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, hooded by Ryan Dilger. Nafisa Aden Ibrahim, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Joaquim Rodriguez Lopez. Mark Ali Ademe, Doctor of Philosophy in Plant Biology, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Sung Jun An, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, hooded by Alyssa Prorok. Shu Yuan Shen, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, hooded by Alyssa Prorok. Myung Jung Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, hooded by Alyssa Prorok. Yair Alexander Moreira, hooded by Kara Wong. Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, by the way. Stephanie Puentes Rodriguez, Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology, hooded by Paola Mera. Fernando Sanchez Hernandez, Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, hooded by Daniel Hyde. Elisabetta Schifrin, Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology, hooded by Zuza Gile. We will now recognize graduates from the School of Social Work. I welcome Dean Ben Lowe to come forward. Gina Marie Campbell, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work, hooded by Zeynep Madak Erdogan. Tiffany Larson, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work, hooded by Benjamin Lowe. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Veterinary Medicine. I invite Dean Peter Constable to come forward. Raya Iman Boyd, Doctor of Philosophy in Veterinary Medical Sciences, Comparative Biosciences, hooded by Michael Spinella. India Fletcher, Doctor of Philosophy in Veterinary Medical Sciences, Comparative Biosciences, hooded by Jody Flaws. Isha Aguaral, Doctor of Philosophy in Veterinary Medical Sciences, Pathobiology, hooded by Saba Varga. Shani Swan Kuo, Doctor of Philosophy in Veterinary Medical Sciences, Pathobiology, hooded by Guy Lau. Please join me in congratulating all of our graduates. Graduates, I commend you on reaching the pinnacle of academic achievement. Your Illinois family is immensely proud of your accomplishments and takes great pride in calling you our alumni. I wish each and every one of you success in all you pursue. I am certain that your future will be shaped by the very same passion and dedication that led you to earn your Illinois degree. I hope you will wear your doctoral hoods proudly as you march into Memorial Stadium on the weekend for the university-wide commencement ceremony. Congratulations. Audience, please remain seated for the recession of the platform party, graduates, and faculty. Following the recessional, you can meet your graduates outside the State Farm Center. Thank you again for being here, and thank you to those watching by live stream for joining us today. Good night.